Welcome, Night Stalkers. You're just in time for a story. I'm her Sunsetter, your favorite interdimensional pumpkin. Tell me, how far would you go to free your daughter's soul? Join me as we go through the sorrow and terror of Cursed Digicam. We begin our story through the lens of a video camera, its grainy frame catching light in a quiet local park. In the background, we hear the cheerful, disembodied voice of a little girl, playful and carefree. She talks to someone, maybe us, maybe her dad, saying she can play on the swing by herself, and then challenges us to a race to the slide. Then, without warning, the screen cracks, and white text appears on a black field. My daughter died in our local park. We see a missing child poster, tattered and worn. The protagonist says he hasn't slept since losing her, that she torments him day and night. He believes her soul is trapped, and he must set her free. Desperate, the grieving father turns to the internet and finds something sinister. A website that claims a spirit can be liberated, but only if 15 photos of the spirit are taken and uploaded within 13 days of their death. 15. 13. These numbers aren't random. 15 is deeply tied to the full moon, particularly during Tsukimi, Japan's moon viewing festival. It's believed that during this time, the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. 13 holds weight in Buddhist traditions. The 13th memorial service marks a soul's final transition, the point when they either move on or remain. But it can't just be any camera. It has to be the one created by a medium, an instrument capable of seeing the unseen. There's a long-standing belief across many cultures that cameras can capture the soul. In Japan, this belief has been folded into modern urban legends and ghost stories. And now, we have one of those cameras. The first destination? The park's public bathroom. Specifically, the women's bathroom. A strange choice maybe, but considering we're looking for the spirit of a young girl, it makes a twisted kind of sense. Still, let's be real. A grown man with a camera inside a woman's restroom? Not a good look.
Relax. I just want to take some pictures.
The door won't open until we snap our first photo. The clue is subtle, a drawing of a pair of eyes on the wall of one of the stalls. In Japanese folklore, eyes are powerful symbols. They're tied to perception, truth, and sometimes even supernatural awareness. Some yokai, Japanese spirits, have multiple eyes, or none at all. Either way, they're often watchers. Elsewhere in the bathroom, there's a strange poster. Some kind of local mascot with a mouse head, gloves, and a suit. This image will reappear, and its meaning will become clearer later. Outside, a phone booth becomes our primary connection point with the spirit world. We receive hints through numbers we dial, guided by the voice of our daughter herself. The father isn't shocked by this. In fact, he seems used to it, which suggests this has been going on longer than we know. Phones in Japanese horror aren't just phones, they're conduits, modern mirrors, channels for the dead to speak. During the first phone call, we hear her. "When are you coming home, Daddy? My head hurts." This line hits hard. It implies more than an accident. It hints at neglect. A father who worked too much, a child who felt forgotten. The implication is chilling, that she may have died from a head injury, possibly from a fall at the park. But the more we dig, the more that theory starts to twist. We wander the park, guided by the ghost calls, snapping cursed photos wherever we can. Each one is worse than the last. Images of the girl submerged in water, twisted inside playground equipment, stuffed into hiding places like a discarded toy. Over the park's PA system, we hear a public service announcement. A little girl has gone missing, urging us to be home by 6 p.m. It's dangerous to stay out after dark. Was it an accident, or was something darker at play? Sometime later, a new voice comes over the speaker system. A child introduces herself, a Mitsuka. She says she loves her dad, but he's been too busy with work lately to take her to the park. The guilt tightens its grip. The tragedy deepens. As night falls over the park, the phone booth rings again. Through the camera's viewfinder, we see her, Mitsuka. Tiny fingers pressed to the glass, hand resting on the phone. Water begins pouring into the booth, rising fast. But wait, if she died in the park, why is she drowning? Mitsuka isn't the only ghost out here. The jungle gym is crawling with drawings of the mascot, that same disturbing mouse-headed figure in a suit and gloves. We can capture his image, but it doesn't count towards the 15 required spirit photos. So what is it? A hallucination? A yokai? Whatever it is, the mascot shows up unpredictably, on posters, graffiti, even watching from dark corners. And alongside it, another image keeps appearing. A small red backpack. We find it again and again, left in different spots around the park like a breadcrumb trail from a vanished childhood. Over the PA system, Mitsuka's voice returns. She says she loves playing in the park with her dad, that she was always afraid of the slide until they practiced together. Next time, she wants to learn how to do a kickover on the bars. But Dad is busy with work.
次は逆上がりができるようになりたいです。お父さんは今とても忙しいけど、お父さんと一緒に練習できたらいいなと。
At last, we collect all 15 photos and upload them to the Spirit Liberation Center. A response comes, not in words, but in the video. We watch as Mitsuka plays in the park. The camera approaches her from behind. She runs into the public bathroom, the same stall where this entire nightmare began. And then black. We're home now, or what's left of it. The apartment is a mess. Trash, rotting food, empty cans, the wreckage of a man undone by grief. But something about the place feels familiar. Its layout mirrors the apartment complex across the street from the park, the one we captured in a photo, the one where a shadow watched us from a balcony. Maybe this is that same building. The spirit hasn't moved on. She's still here. We pick up the cursed camera again and start searching our home. But now, the hauntings are worse, more violent, more personal. We find her, Mitsuka's spirit, twisted inside the washing machine, crushed behind the fridge, her hands reaching up from inside the toilet. But 2 doors remain sealed shut, the bathing room and Mitsuka's bedroom. With each new photo we take, the haunting escalates. The spirit mutates into something monstrous, a tall, thin figure with long white hair. And then, the bedroom door creaks open. From behind it, the mascot peeks, just for a moment. Then the door slams shut and the lights die. We're playing a new game now. Hide and seek. The mascot stalks us through the house. Our only defense is the camera, taking a picture before it reaches us or die. It gets faster. Angrier, eventually it charges at us with a chainsaw. We take the last of the 15 photos and retreat to the only safe space left, Mitsuka's bedroom. We cower on the bed. The door creaks open, but nothing's there. We raise the camera and snap a picture. The mascot appears, hunched over the bed, reaching for us. We pass out. When we wake, the truth is waiting for us. The walls are covered in drawings of the mascot. A child's school uniform lies next to a headless mascot plush toy, soaked in blood. On a chair sits the red backpack we saw all over the park. A framed photo reveals the mascot was a beloved children's toy. Back at the computer, we prepare to upload the new set of photos. But something's wrong. They're all the same. Every photo, just the framed picture in the bedroom. We try to upload anyway, but an error message appears. Spirit is deceased over 13-day limit. We didn't see that before. So is this even the same spirit? A second video plays. We watch as Mitsuka collapses in the hallway at home. Her father finds her later that night, lifeless. She didn't die in the park. She died right here.
ミツカ、おい、大丈夫か？ミツカ、ミツカ、ミツカ。
A knock at the front door. A flyer slides in through the mail slot. A new missing persons poster. This one isn't redacted. It names the girl, Manami, not Mitsuka. The girl from the park wasn't our daughter. The phone rings, just like it did in the park's phone booth. It's Mitsuka's voice again, sweet, gentle, familiar. The locked bathroom door creaks open. Inside it, a blood-soaked nightmare. And through the camera's lens, we see her, Manami's spirit, crawling from the tub, broken, mangled, moving closer. We lower the camera, and now we see Mitsuka, our daughter, wearing her purple pajamas now soaked in blood. She walks past us, picks up the phone, and calmly calls the police. Her voice is steady as she reports her father's crimes.
お父さんがまなみちゃんを殺しました。
So now we know. Manami, the girl from the park, wasn't just a wandering spirit or a symbolic haunting. She was real. She was kidnapped. And she was murdered by the protagonist. We can confirm this through her name on the poster, her school uniform, and the fact that her photos were accepted by the Spirit Liberation Center with no error. This is why we started the game in the girl's bathroom. It's where the protagonist chased her down. Mitsuka never died in the park, and she wasn't killed by her father, not directly. She likely fell from the slide or while trying to master the kickover on the bars, a trick she proudly told us she wanted to practice with Dad. She hit her head and later, quietly, slipped away at home while her father was working late. She was just a little girl, scared and alone. But her father, he couldn't handle it. The grief turned rancid. The sorrow curled into obsession. He kidnapped Manami. perhaps trying to replace the daughter he lost. But something went wrong. Maybe she screamed, maybe she ran, but he killed her. The drowning visions, the rising water, the body hidden in playground equipment, it all points to the bathroom, to the tub, to how she died, and then was hidden away. And always there, watching, chasing, judging, is the mascot. Mitsuga's favorite toy, her imaginary friend, her comfort, now warped into something terrifying. It stalks us in the park and in our home. It mimics the father's behavior, chasing us, cornering us, attacking. But the mascot doesn't destroy us, not physically. It guides us towards the truth. The police are surrounding the apartment. In the end, we drop the camera. It cracks on the pavement. We see from its broken lens the father standing on the balcony. He jumps. And after a pause, so does Mitsuga, her spirit forever bound to the father she loved, even in death. Then something strange happens. A gloved hand reaches down. The mascot picks up the camera. This mascot, this twisted childhood icon, serves as more than just a monster. It's the embodiment of guilt, of grief, of memory turned grotesque. In Japanese folklore, it echoes the unreal, vengeful spirits, often female, who return due to overwhelming rage, sorrow, or betrayal. But it also reflects the bakemono, shapeshifters that deceive, haunt, and torment the living. The mascot could have killed the protagonist outright, but instead it led him. Led him to confession, to confrontation, to retribution. It helped him liberate Manami. It allowed Mitsuga to punish him, and it drove him to leap, ending the cycle. Maybe it even guided him to the Cursed website and the camera from the very beginning. The mascot may not have a direct counterpart in folklore, but symbolically, it is everything. A child's forgotten toy, a grieving father's guilt, and a supernatural justice born from sorrow. Cursed Digicam isn't just about ghosts. It's about the lies we tell ourselves and the spirits that rise when we can no longer believe them. If you enjoyed peeling back the layers of Cursed Digicam, stalk that like button, haunt the comments with your theories, and don't forget to subscribe for more cursed stories from beyond the screen. As always, from my dark corner of the web to yours, farewell, Night Stalkers, until the next nightmare.